out, and we may have new champions right here. Jason Kincaid's quickly back up to his feet. He's working on the Cuban. Gunny Sims has been worked on by Flex.
Now see the referee in the way again. He can't count to 3. He can't stay out of the way.
The referee's been knocked out here. There's Devin Davis delivering with the Devin device.
Devin
right
offering
on
a little bit of
Flex.
assistance there.
This
And
is
see
ridiculous.
Alan Lynch.
Alan Lynch now fighting off Devin Davis.
Cheating
We've got
again.
a straight up brawl here.
Alan Lynch. He's supposed to be some kind of good guy, some kind of an honorable sportsman. And here he is again. There that referee is again getting in the way. He can't count to 3. He can't stay out of the way. What good is he?
We've got to get some kind of sense inside here. Referee Monty's been knocked
Look
out.
how nice Devin is. He's bringing somebody a chair.
Absolutely laid out.
Well, he thought
And there's
Alan needed
Devin
to set.
Working down with the chair. Taking out Alan's legs. And he could have just ended his career right there. And there's the Cuban assassin hooking up for the Cuban leg lock.
I think we can say goodnight now.
Alan Lynch's career could be ruined right there. And maybe here's some authority to suffice.
Been away, haven't changed, had much to say, but man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. I told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, boys are back in town.
Fans, welcome to another exciting week of AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. I'm your host, Josh Hawkins. But before we get started this week, I'd like to show you something that went on before we went on air in our locker room here at the Apex Studio Arena.
Man, what are we going to do about tonight?
Dude, I don't know. My knee's so messed up.
I know you're hurt and all, but come on, it's the tag title match. We've been working for this for what? How long?
I know, dude, but man, my knee, man.
Guys, I have got the solution. Now, I know it sucks, but you can't risk going out there jeopardizing the rest of your career. Now, last week I filled in for you. I say I do it again tonight. Last week, we gelled pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about teamwork this whole time. Guys, we've got to stick together. Good.
Oh, what the...
Well, fans, we are awaiting our opening contest. We've got some tag team action right here in the ring. And starting off right here, we've got Mr. Black and the Scufflin' Hillbilly teaming up. We've got two champions right here. And I'm joined here today with my special guest commentator, Professor Danger.
Yes, and maybe I can, my intelligence can rub off on you a little bit. We could afford for your IQ to raise a few points. Two champions, what a joke that is. I have history with these two mindless Cro-Magnon, Osteopithecus, Semi-Erectus. They're carrying the belts, but I seem to remember beating both of them when me and the Death Falcon Zero finished with Mr. Black. I believe we called him Mr. Black and Blue.
Professor, with your opinions aside, let's get these announcements out of the way to make this official. Our opening contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it's a special tag team challenge. First from New York, weighing in at a combined 435 pounds, the team of Nick Pleasure and Jay Payne. And their opponents with a total combined weight of 715 pounds. First from Inez, Kentucky, your AWA Apex Shooting Star champion, the Scufflin' Hillbilly. And his partner from anywhere he wants, the AWA Apex champion, the AWA Phenom, Mr. Black.
It's like a commercial for Weight Watchers. As I was saying before you rudely interrupted, and Joshua never interrupt the Infinite Mind, what a paradox, these two carrying the belts. I seem to remember them with their backs on the mat and their faces looking up with the Death Falcon Zero and I in victory. I'm not one for superstition, but the best description I have for the Hillbilly is dumb luck.
Well, Professor Danger, as I said, your opinion aside, we are awaiting our first lockup of this opening contest. And it looks like Nick Pleasure, he doesn't want anything to do with Mr. Black. Jay Payne's been tagged in, and evidently he's wanting to get a taste of our AWA Apex Phenom.
I've done my research on these gentlemen. They are fine wrestlers.
Look
And
at
we
the power of Mr. Black, Professor Danger.
He's just playing into their strategy here. These fine, strong wrestlers up here from North Carolina. Maybe they'll bring a little class to Apex AWA.
And there's Mr. Black just booting him off. And what a big clothesline that was from the Apex Phenom. Picking him up now by the head. And he's tagging in the Scuffling Hillbilly. Another big man from Inez, Kentucky. And there's the double boot. What a... Mr. Black in tag team action with the Scuffling Hillbilly. They're looking great.
I can tell you from experience it doesn't feel very pleasant, but I have faith in these fine wrestlers up here from North Carolina.
From North Carolina, they're from New York, Professor. New York.
New York.
That would be New York.
I must have got my notes wrong.
Evidently. And once again, I thought you were the Infinite Mind here.
Look, I have to have lots of research assistants. You know, I can't interview every one of them. Sometimes they get their facts wrong.
Well, I've got my thing straight right here at the booth. And what I just saw straight up was that big leg drop from Mr. Black right down on Jay Payne. And so far, they've absolutely isolated this Jay Payne from his partner, Nick Pleasure. What a side headlock right there in the middle of the ring. But Jay Payne, he's fighting that fight inside, fighting off Mr. Black. And there's a double team right there.
There we go. The Achilles heel of Mr. Black. And it comes in the form of his knee.
Jay Payne blowing out the knee of the big man, Mr. Black, tagging in Nick Pleasure. And what a big double axe handle blow that was right into the knee. And they're working him down. That is the only way to gain control of this big man, Mr. Black, is to keep him off of his feet. Otherwise, there's just such a staggering.
Just watch. Joshua, this is beautiful. It's like watching a National Geographic special as the beautiful hyenas take down the big caribou. And, of course, they use the smart strategy. They find the weakest point, the legs of the huge body of the Mr. Black.
A big diving knee that was from Jay Payne. Driving down yet again and trying his best to blow out the knee of Mr. Black. He's hammering down with a closed fist punch right there.
Closed fist. Joshua, open your eyes here. These guys are fine sportsmen, fine athletes.
Open your eyes, Professor. There he is. He was hammering down with that closed fist yet again.
You know,
now driving away with that big leg.
My vision is polluted by this big dumb hillbilly standing in front of me.
The Scuffling Hillbilly wanting so bad to get into the ring, to get into some action, to take out Pleasure and Pain. Mr. Black desperately needing a tag right here to give his leg a breather, if you will.
You know, not many things excite me or match my intellect or my ability to far exceed any pleasure that can be gained from any of this, but Pleasure and Pain is bringing me some pleasure here. What fine work by these two fine athletes from New York.
Professor, I'm sitting here looking at this action, and what you just said has made my IQ drop a little bit.
Like I care what you said.
You have been rambling on.
If your IQ dropped anymore, I don't think you could even slobber.
Whatever. The Scuffling Hillbilly was distracting the ref right there, and Nick Pleasure and Jay Payne were double teaming Mr. Black. There's a big shot to the groin on Mr. Black. 1, 2.
It wasn't the groin, it was the midsection.
Jay Payne tagged in once again, and Mr. Black has been overpowered so far.
And here comes the
from Payne
beautiful
and Frazier.
hyena.
And I can't believe I just said that Mr. Black is starting to be overpowered. What a senton splash. 1, 2.
Oh, come on, ref, the same thing. I think his
Another
count only
near
goes
fall.
to 2. Now look at these are the good guys. Look at this interference by the big dumb hillbilly.
The scuffling hillbilly is just trying to give Mr. Black some kind of assistance. He shot into the rope, missing the clothesline, and there's a big clothesline for both Nick Pleasure and Jay Payne from Mr. Black. Mr. Black so desperately needing to get to his designated corner to tag in the scuffling hillbilly, reaching, there it is! And there's the scuffling hillbilly on fire!
Close fist, another close fist.
Yes, that's close fist, and he's
No wonder
hammering
that's
down.
they're able
away.
to become champions is because the referee's cheap. This whole system is corrupt. I'm glad Mr. Cornette had the good sense to put me on the microphone so I could call things the way they really are. Look at this double team cheating exercise here.
Referee Monty's lost total control of this match. All 4 men in the ring.
When did he ever have control? I'm not even sure he can control his own bladder.
Mr. Black throwing the scuffling hillbilly into Nick Pleasure. And there's that deliverance, that Keister Buster. And what a double team maneuver. There's the Black Attack Slam. And that's it. Look at that, Professor Danger. Here's your winners. The scuffling hillbilly of Mr. Black.
Another travesty of justice.
A travesty of justice. That is fine tag team work right
It
there.
represents the hypocrisy and the corruption of Apex AWA.
As I was saying, that is some fine tag team work
Who
right
cares
there.
what you're saying?
From the hillbilly and Mr. Black. So fine, in fact, that I'm going to get down here at ringside and I'm going to try and grab a word from these two. Fans, I'm sitting here with the biggest tag team combination in the AWA Apex, the Scuffling Hillbilly and Mr. Black.
Let me tell you, Jehovah, I'm excited. We're going to Sabine on May the 6th, ain't it? I ain't got my calendar in front of me, but we're going there on May the 6th. It's an easy match with the 2 biggest men in this company. The 2 biggest men in this state, I believe. Easy. But I do have a problem. It's not a big problem. It's just a bald-headed geek of a problem named Scotty McKeever. And this Tuesday night, the shoe's on the other foot, McKeever. I'm coming to get you.
Go back a little bit on the Sabine. 2 biggest men, a bunch of punks. Ain't nothing more to say.
Well, Mr. Black, what about last week with that standoff that you had face-to-face with the Pride of the Plateau, Jason Kincaid?
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Wrestling fans, AWA Apex is going on tour May 6th in Sabine, West Virginia for Mountaineer Mayhem Gauntlet for the Gold. 2 wrestlers will enter and 1 will add every 60 seconds. May 12th, the Apex Studio Extra in Oak Hill, West Virginia. May 14th in Princeton, West Virginia. May 20th in Mullins, West Virginia. And, of course, every Tuesday night at the Apex Studio Arena right here in Oak Hill, West Virginia.
Man, I tell you what, Jack Hawkins. It feels good. It's going to be great to go back to Summersville. Great to go back to Princeton. Great to go over to Mullins. The Battlestar Flextasy has entered Earth's stratosphere, and the pride of the plateau has been on sabbatical in Planet Hollywood.
Fans, welcome back to AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling. And right now I'm here at ringside with the pride of the plateau, Jason Kincaid, and the man they call Flex.
Listen here, Jack Hawkins. It doesn't take a genius to figure out there's going to be a hell of a party on the Battlestar Flextasy tonight. The champagne's already on ice. The Cubans, you've been great champions, but with the pride of the plateau and Planet Hollywood hooked up together, you don't stand a chance. And there's just one thing I want to say. Alan, this is all for you, buddy.
Well, fans, very strong words from Flex and Jason Kincaid, but right now we're going to go to Scotty McKeever in action right here in the ring. Well, Professor, before you get started, I'm going to get these announcements out of the way to get this match started. You need a haircut. Our next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First from South Compton, California, weighing in at 155 pounds, Smokey Johnson.
Looks like Smokey brought a few fans from the car wash with him.
And his opponent from Lewisburg, West Virginia, weighing in at 250 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever.
Yeah, there's Scotty McKeever. He's made his list and he's here checking it off.
Yeah, Scotty McKeever had his day, but I think that day might be over. Maybe a few too many drops to the head.
Scotty McKeever's not really one of my favorites either, knowing that he is one of the dirtiest players of the game, and he has absolutely cheated out just about everybody here in the AWA Apex. As the bell rings, we're going to get started. Looking at this first lockup. And there they are tying up right here. Smokey Johnson right here against Scotty McKeever. This new guy, Smokey Johnson. I've got some faith in him. I'm hoping that he can get the upper hand over this West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever.
Yeah, right, Joshua, just like you're hoping the Easter Bunny is going to bring you something.
Thank you for that comment, Professor.
You're quite welcome.
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny. Scotty now with Smokey Johnson over in the turnbuckle. The referee's going to have to pull him away.
Now you say cheating. Look at the fine sportsmanship by Scotty McKeever there. The fine care he's taking of this young man. The fine athletic ability that he's showing.
And that's a fine athletic side headlock right there in the middle of the ring that he applied to Smokey Johnson right there. Smokey's throwing him into the ropes right now. And that was a big brutal shoulder tackle from the West Virginia wrestling legend, Scotty McKeever. And Scotty now sporting his West Virginia University duds right there, as you can see. Just showing off his legendary legacy, if you will, that he likes to call it himself.
I think Scotty just injured his windshield wiping arm of our car wash blues buddy.
That would be Smokey Johnson.
Smokey whatever. Just more mediocre talent coming through here.
And once again, Smokey throwing away Scotty McKeever in desperation and still yet responding with another brutal shoulder tackle. Smokey's quickly back up to his feet, goes for a hip toss, and Scotty just boots him away.
Hey, he can't hip toss me. Who's he think he is, huh?
What's Scotty's problem right now? Just absolutely. You saying that he's taking care of this guy, showing all the sportsmanship, well, and he just pushes him off with absolutely no respect at all.
Respect, as he said, Joshua.
He can't hip toss me.
And he's right, he can't. There's no power for his strength. Scotty has way too much experience.
Yes, Scotty McKeever does have very much experience, but you think over the years that he'd gain just a little bit of sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. He's been very gentle with this young man. The young man is lucky to still be in the ring.
Smokey Johnson now reversing that armor to Scotty. And look at that. That was a big close fist punch to the gut.
Open hand. Open hand.
Wrestling is supposed to be a clash of the titans. Respect between each other to see who's better. Not to make each other look like an idiot. And that's what Scotty's doing right now to the Smokey Johnson kid right there. That was a nice clothesline, though.
I've read lots of record books, Joshua, but I don't see anything written in there about sportsmanship and brotherhood and titans. I see who wins and who loses. And Scotty McKeever is a winner.
Scooping up Smokey right there, turning him completely upside down with that big scoop slam. Tossing him around like a rag doll. A near fall right there. It's Smokey barely getting that shoulder up right there. Scotty's picking him up by the hair and showing him into the opposing turnbuckle again. And what a big slap that was. You can hear that one from a mile away.
I bet he wished he'd taken that pin now. There's some wicked chops by Scotty McKeever.
Nice snapmare takeover right there. And driving the fist down yet again right into the nose of Smokey Johnson. And he barely kicked out right there.
Do you think that hot wax is going to skin on his chest when he gets back to the car wash after those chops?
Why do you keep referring him over to a car wash attendant?
Is that not what he is? He's probably an assistant. He has to work his way up.
I'd have to agree that I haven't seen any kind of wrestling duds like that so far from that Smokey Johnson seems to be sporting here. And look at that stretch right there from Scotty.
A beautiful wrestling hold. Now that just shows the experience and the tradition that Scotty McKeever comes from. Most of these young men don't even remember moves like this. Very simple. No work on Scotty's part. He simply locks it in.
He's got Smokey Johnson screaming in pain right there. This may be it. Smokey may just tap out right there. And look at that.
Oh, he just gave him a little tickle. Ooh,
he gave him a tickle. Professor, I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you're off. Did you take your meds today?
I'm on something, Joshua, but it's something that you won't understand. I'm on an intellectual plane that's well above yours and everyone else in this viewing area. No match for my vast intellect. I can't believe I'm demeaning myself by even sitting at a table with you. Could you please get out of my eyesight?
Whatever, Professor Danger. And there's Scotty going away. He's got the hair and driving the fist right back into the forehead of Smokey Johnson, sending him down face first into the mat yet again. Scotty's picking him up by the hair and applying that big stretch hold yet again. Scotty looking great thus far over Smokey Johnson. Not much offensive maneuvers that we've seen from Johnson so far. And Scotty McKeever just absolutely hammering away on him in this matchup.
Beauty and artistry with that fine abdominal stretch. I think we're coming to an end here.
Scooping him up once again for a big slam. And Smokey finally getting out of the way. Moving out of the way for the elbow. And the fans are riled up here at the Apex Studio Arena. Goes for another elbow and misses. And maybe Smokey can get back up to his feet and get some kind of offensive maneuver into Scotty. Maybe he can get the upper hand and possibly a win over the West Virginia wrestling legend. And look at that, Professor, a big series of knife-edge chops. And finally nailing him with the big hip toss.
Hip toss.
And there's another.
It's all part of Scotty's plan.
I very highly doubt that Scotty planned that. Finally, Smokey Johnson getting the upper hand. And there's Scotty delivering with the swinging neck breaker out of nowhere. This is it. 1, 2, 3.
And as Scotty McKeever said,
he can't hip toss me.
Well, fans, yet again, Scotty McKeever's victorious for the second week in a row.
As I said, he comes with vast experience. Now with that, he's maybe lost a few clicks of speed there, as was shown by those missed drops, but experience will always prevail over ignorance in this case.
Smokey Johnson put up a good fight, but right now I'm going to get here at ringside, and I have a special word with Devin Davis. Fans, I'm down here at ringside with the man known as Devin Davis. And Devin, this Tuesday, it has been signed, a Falls Count Anywhere match that you have with Awesome Alan Lynch. How do you feel?
Now, you know something, Jack. I hate Awesome Alan Lynch as much as the next guy. But you know what? I'm going to have to come to you because I've gone to upper management, I've gone to middle management, heck, I've gone to lower management, and nobody's helping me out here. They've booked me in this stupid match, this stupid idea. Hey, let's have a Falls Count Anywhere match. I'm a pro wrestler. I'm trained inside every one of those ropes inside there. All right? When we come out here, I'm a clean wrestler. I don't do that kind of stuff. I hate Awesome Alan Lynch so much I'll do anything to him inside that ring. But you put in the fact that we got to go out here in the hallway, out in the back, out through the locker room, heck, even outside, out through the crowd, wherever. What am I supposed to do? This whole world's against me. The crowd's against me. Your camera people are against me. How am I supposed to watch my back, Jack? Huh?
I don't know what to tell you, but irregardless, it's this Tuesday, a Falls Count Anywhere match with Awesome Alan Lynch. Devin, we'll be right back right after this.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
Control. Davy Boy has been taking quite a beating at the hands of the Hitman. That'll clear your sinuses in a hurry. Oh. That actually cut up his nose. Trouble. He's got to get that second wind. He's got to dig down. Look at this. Quick recovery. Davy Boy's battered, but we know he's tough. This guy, too. The question everybody's asking right now is it possible for Davey Boy to come back after taking all this punishment? The answer is yes.
1, 2, that's all. Oh no, he's a gamer. It'll take a lot to stop him.
Bret Hart giving himself a big hand. The crowd is confused.
Now we're waiting for a Davey Boy Smith rally, if there is one in the repertoire, and I'm sure there is.
Took a little too long congratulating himself, and it paid dividends for Davey Boy Smith.
Not what he deserved. He's coming back. They're going to look after the Brooklyn. We've gone past the 10-minute mark. It's 1 fall, 1 hour.
The huge suplex.
Covers 1, 2, that's all.
And Bret Hart is going for a breather. Not for long.
Well, how the tide has turned. One, two, no.
Once again, the Hitman looking for some safer territory. And once again, being pursued by Davey Boy Smith. No rest for the wicked, Ed Whalen.
He wants to shake hands. I don't think so. Davey Boy coming down. Cover 1, 2. Oh, I thought he had him. Thought he had him.
Amazing guts by the Hitman to actually escape that pin.
He's headed for the dressing room. But he's getting an invitation to come back in. Look at this. Look at that strength. Boy, a front collar. Oh, I love it.
The crowd's going wild. Here he comes. Oh! Bret Hart brought up the knees right into the rib cage and solar plexus area. Davey Boy has to shake that off.
Well, just a minute. He's got some chain. He's got some chain in his hand. I saw it. Knocked him out of the ring.
I did see him slip something back in his trunks.
He wrapped the chain around his knuckles.
blood. Well, this has been a wild fight. So close. These are the kind of tactics that Bret Hart has made famous with his partner, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. The big question, can he come back? Amazing. Davey Boy Smith reached down, got that little extra effort from somewhere to avoid that pin. He's got a lot of heart. Can come back from this punishment is unbelievable. He's going for that chain. Going for the chain.
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Big savings sales event. The Home Show Beckley. We make owning your home affordable.
The staff of the Home Show Beckley made us feel like family. Purchasing our new home was easy and affordable. Thanks for making our dream home a reality.
Come in today and see how Home Show Beckley can make you feel right at home. The Home Show Beckley. We sell dreams one home at a time.
At the Home Show. At the Home Show.
Finally, some quality talent at Apex AWA, Death Falcon Zero. You are a liar?
Yes, I am.
You are a cheat?
There's none better.
You are a drunkard?
Hell, I'm drunk now.
You are a womanizer?
18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy.
You are the greatest wrestler that ever lived?
That's exactly what I am. And let me tell you what, I may not be the smartest guy out there, but the smartest thing I ever did was link myself up with Infinite Mind, Professor Danger. Now, May 6th, Sabine, West Virginia, they're having something they call Mountaineer Mayhem. And they got a little thing called Gauntlet for the Gold. Let me tell you what. You got knowledge, you got power. I got your back, he's got my back, and between the two of us, we're walking away with that gold.
And once again, prevailing will be mind over matter. Now let's go to the ring for some subpar, mediocre wrestling.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Danger. That was quite an interesting interview we had right there. Let's get to the ring with some action right here. Our next contest is scheduled for one fall with the 10-minute time limit. First from New Brunswick, Canada, weighing in at a combined 498 pounds, Lance Erickson, Brett Taylor, the Canadian Idols.
I've never been particularly fond of our neighbors to the north, but I have to give credit to these athletes. Certainly far superior than Team Gay.
And their opponents from San Francisco, California, weighing in at a combined 410 pounds, Gorgeous J.C. Lynch, Young Shane Storm, Team Gay. Your opinion aside there, Professor Danger, Team Gay, a definite fan favorite here at the Apex Studio Arena. The fans so much behind them, and it looks like we've got J.C. Lynch and Brett Taylor in the ring for the first lock-up.
I'm going to correct you one more time, Joshua. Mine are not opinions. They're facts. When the professor speaks, it is fact.
Professor, I just think you're a homophobe.
A homophobe? Can you even spell that?
I'm not going to worry about spelling that right now. That may just take too much of our time off the action.
It's true. I still have nightmarish flashbacks from the only kiss on the lips that I've ever taken from a man with JC. But I went straight to the hospital and I was tested and everything is okay.
Right now we've got Brett Taylor pushing JC Lynch over into the turnbuckle.
Now there's a weakness in Brett.
What's the deal here?
Brett Taylor should be listening to his partner. He should take advantage of any situation like this.
Lance Erickson trying his best to coach along Brett Taylor right here.
It just goes to show that wrestling takes brawn and intellect, and Brett is not showing much intellect here. He should have taken advantage and opening in the situation.
They're going to tie up right here once again. Staggering around, and Brett Taylor pushes him into the turnbuckle yet again. And now, Lance Erickson tagging himself in.
Well, good. Let's get the job done now.
As
now we'll see a real
Monty
wrestler.
had to pull Brett Taylor off of J.C. Lynch yet again. The big man, Lance Erickson, the Canadian Lion that many like to call him, in the ring now with J.C. Lynch. And there's a big kick to the gut and a big close fist punch to boot to level out.
Finally some wrestling. Finally some quality wrestling.
You call that quality wrestling? Lance Erickson is a straight brawler. A big back elbow right there, straight into the chest of J.C. Lynch.
There seems to be some conflict here with the Canadian Idols. I'm not quite sure of the strategy there between Lance and Brett.
They are a great tag team, but I do know that Lance Erickson has shown up Brett Taylor quite a few times in the past. He had a near fall there, though, over JC. But once these guys work together, and they actually work together as a tag team, they're great, and they have absolutely dominated.
Now I believe we'll see the real Brett Taylor. Let's go, Brett.
And now they're arguing yet again.
I must admit I've never seen this strategy before, but I'm sure it's being planned.
They're giving JC too much time. If they're wanting to become victorious over Team Gay, then they're going to have to stay on top of them full force. And there's Brett Taylor with a big shoulder tackle.
There's the Brett Taylor we know. Oh.
And there's the Brett Taylor taking the hip toss and an arm drag. And JC Lynch is holding onto that arm straight into a standing armbar right there, as you
You know,
can
I can't
see.
say I like these guys, but I've had respect for them. But I don't quite understand what Brett Taylor's doing here. This match could have already been over.
Shane Storm's tagged in now and still holding onto that armbar. He's shooting him off into the ropes. And there's another big back elbow straight into the chest. And another near fall. And Lance Erickson had to break up the pin.
He was just checking to see if his partner was okay. He's a
Lance
gentleman.
Erickson kicked
He's
Shane
a sportsman
Storm.
and a gentleman. And what was with that kick? Did he learn that at cheerleading camp? For goodness sake, what has happened to professional wrestling when we have to lower ourselves to this?
I would not doubt that JC and Shane did go to cheerleading camp.
Yeah, you seem pretty excited watching them. I think I'll move away a little bit further away from you, Joshua.
Once again, Professor, are you a homophobe?
What's your favorite movie? Pretty in Pink, Joshua?
I never watched Pretty in Pink. But I did watch The Breakfast Club, and I did just watch Lance Erickson driving that elbow to get another near fall.
He's taking his time. He's being deliberate.
Lance picking him up now by the hair. And hammering down with that big forearm. He's got JC Lynch laid out, face first on the mat, right here in the middle of the ring. And look at this, using the ropes to tear down with the boot right on the face of JC Lynch.
He's just showing off his new footwear, Joshua. You know, gay are not the only wrestlers that can make a fashion statement. Now you look at Lance. There's a real wrestler. There's a classy man.
And right there in the face of Shane Storm, he's just egging it on. And Lance, he's signaling for Brett Taylor and come into double team while the referee's distracted. And Brett's just standing
I don't
there.
understand this, Joshua. I don't understand this.
I don't quite understand this myself. Brett Taylor is usually on top of things with Lance Erickson, and
I didn't think anything could surprise me anymore in southern West Virginia, but I must say I'm stupefied by this strategy. What is Brett Taylor thinking? They have this under control. They could very easily dispense with the former tag team champions of Apex AWA.
And scooping it up now for another big slam right there, Lance Erickson. Lance just tagged in Brett Taylor, and Brett's
There we
going for
go.
the pin. Hooks a leg and only got a 2 count. He's got him with a side headlock right there. Coming from behind with a rear chin lock now and driving the knee into
There's
the
the Brett
back.
Taylor I know. Now he's connecting mind and body
Brett,
against the little girly man here.
Brett's looking slightly distracted this week. And there's JC fighting back. Going off the ropes. He ducks the clothesline. And there's a big sunset flip. 1, 2. Another near fall we had on our hands. And a double clothesline. And both men are laid out in the middle of the ring. And once again, we got to race in time to see who can get to their designated corners first to tag in their partner. It looks like JC's making his way over to Shane, reaching in, and he tagged in Shane. Lance is tagged in, and Shane's on fire, hammering away at Brett and Lance. All 4 men in the ring now. Lance has been
I
shot
cannot
off.
understand what is going on with Brett Taylor. He was a strong part of this partnership.
Yes, he was, Professor, and now he's just standing there. We have Brett Taylor showing just about no action at all. Ducking the clothesline right there. And,
Oh, for the love of God.
and
There is no
kissing
place
him
for
at the
this in
chin
wrestling.
At the same time. And there comes Lance from behind. Brett was just standing
Why
there.
did Brett not resist that vulgar act? I cannot understand what is happening with Brett Taylor.
You think he liked it?
The freak shows kiss him on the lips and he stands there.
Now, don't discriminate on their sexual.
Oh, the great
They got the
injustice.
3 count
The
right there
great
with the roll-up.
injustice. Now how the referee, how the rules can allow such a vulgar act. You talk about sportsmanship. You talk about titans. You talk about professionalism. What do you call that, Joshua?
Aside from their sexual preference, Professor Danger, they did win. And you got Brett Taylor right here.
That's going to be a long ride back to Canada for Brett Taylor.
Wrestling fans, the AWA Apex is going on tour. May 6th in Sabine, West Virginia for Mountaineer Mayhem, the Gauntlet for the Gold. 2 wrestlers will begin and 1 will be added every 60 seconds. May 12th, the Apex Studio Arena Extra with an 8:15 bell time. May 14th in Princeton, West Virginia. May 20th in Mullins, West Virginia. And, of course, every Tuesday night at the Apex Studio Arena right here in Oak Hill, West Virginia.
Let me tell you something right now, Jamie Hawkins. I want to all the stinking Americana fans out there, if you want to see real wrestling action, then you need to come and see the Cuban Commandos, the Cuban Assassin, and the Sergeant. We're going to be in every single town. It doesn't stinking matter because we're going to be the stinking winners. Viva la Cuba! Numero uno!
The Inkwell Body Art Emporium, tattoos and body piercings by Kate. Choose from thousands of designs or have Kate design one for you. Over 8 years of professional experience, safe, clean, friendly, and affordable. And we also have a large selection of body jewelry available. Southern West Virginia's most reputable body modification specialist. The Inkwell Body Art Emporium. Welcome to your new addiction.
Fans, welcome back to AWA Apex Studio Championship Wrestling, and we are awaiting the start of our TV main event.
Music to my ears. Finally, some quality wrestling. What fine human beings, what dignitaries, what great representatives of their culture and nation. The schizophrenic and the pride of the landfill.
What do you say, Professor? Let's get these announcements out of the way to make this thing official. Our next contest is our TV main event, scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute extended time limit, and is a special challenge rematch from last week's main event for the AWA Apex Tag Team Championship. The challengers, weighing in at a combined 435 pounds, first from Scarborough, West Virginia, the pride of the plateau, Jason Kincaid. And his partner from Planet Tollywood, this is Flex.
Looks like Mr. Bulky's trying out for Team Gay there. Which personality will he be today?
And their opponents from Havana, Cuba, weighing in at a combined 556 pounds, the Cuban Assassin and Sergeant Gunny Sims, your AWA Apex Tag Team Champions, the Cuban Commandos.
And the best tag team wrestlers at Apex AWA, with the exception of the Grapes of Wrath, of course.
The bell's ringing, and I can't wait to get this thing started. We've got Flex in the ring first with the Cuban Assassin, and we are winning our first lockup right here in our TV main event. There it is, and the Cuban's getting on top with a side headlock there over Flex. Flex shooting him off into the ropes, and there's a big shoulder tackle from the Cuban. These guys are running full force, and there's a big hip toss from Flex.
And some cheating from the corner there on the pride of the plateau. A cheap shot to the Cuban Assassin, a fine athlete, a fine human being, a fine gentleman, a fine sportsman.
Oh no, Professor.
And closed fist.
Jason Kincaid was just fixing his hair for him. And there's Jason now, tearing down away on the arm and the rotator cuff of the Cuban Assassin. Tearing away at one half of your AWA Apex Tag Team Champions. He's got him against the ropes now, shooting him off, and here comes Jason, rolling him over with a sunset flip. 1, 2. We almost had new champions there, Professor.
Almost. And what universe are you in? Where time travels 10 times faster than normal times?
That was a big, nice side headlock takeover right there from Jason Kincaid. He's got the Cuban Assassin right here in the middle, kicking out of that scissor lock. And there's the Cuban trying to pick him up from a back suplex again. But yet again, Jason reverses with a headlock takeover.
For every action, there's a reaction. You look at the great talent, the experience, the skill of the Cuban Assassin. Anything Jason Kincaid has to give him, the Cuban Assassin has a counter to that. Now you will see them prevail. They carry the belts. They are the winners.
And there's the Cuban rallying up Flex. He's got the referee distracted right there. And it looks like the Cuban's pulling something out of his boot. And he does. He's got a foreign object there, Professor.
You're seeing things. Again, he's just trying to help his hair.
He's got a steel rod in his pocket.
The poor kid needs some grooming skills. You're seeing things, Joshua.
And there's a big back elbow to boot right there, right in the sternum of Jason Kincaid. Jason had the upper hand, but the Cuban Assassin brought out some kind of foreign object. A metal rod right out of his pocket.
What match are you watching, Joshua? The upper hand. They don't stand a chance.
Once again, Flex is riled up. The referee's distracted. And Gunny, he didn't even tag in.
There was a legal tag there. I think Mr. Bulky Boy Flex needs to go back to the air hose and inflate a little bit more.
A near fall there from that back body drop from Gunny Sims.
I keep sliding off my chair here from where Flex was sitting during your program last week, all greased up in his cocoa buttered oil.
And they're double teaming him now. The Cuban Assassin choking Jason Kincaid over in the turnbuckle. And referee Monty had his back turned. He didn't see a thing.
Do you think the Cubans won the revolution without using teamwork?
Teamwork, those are cheat tactics.
Did you sleep through history class in high school, Joshua? Or did they cover that in the GED program?
I passed history with flying colors, thank you very much.
The only revolution that has prevailed since 1960. And the Cuban Assassins, the Cuban Commandos are the perfect examples of that. Strength and unity. Strength and unity.
And there's the Cuban.
Are you a
driving the knee?
Are you a Cuban phobe? Are you a Cuban phobe, Joshua? Just admit it. Are you a Cuban phobe?
No, I am not a Cuban phobe.
Well, then why don't you see reality here?
I have nothing against any other kind of race.
Can we have a show where you can utter an intelligent word? Where probably wouldn't be anything said.
Professor.
Grace and beauty.
Keep your opinion to yourself.
How many times do I have to tell you? That's right. How many times do I have to tell you they're not opinions, they're facts if they come from the mind of the Professor Danger, the ultimate mind.
We had a near fall right there, Professor, while you were running your mouth. And Flex is riled up yet again. He needs to stay focused. The referee's got his back turned, and there's Cuban tearing away yet again with that foreign object.
He is just combing his hair. He's trying to teach the young man proper grooming.
This is a wrestling competition. Why would he be concerned about grooming?
Because he's a fine human being.
He was tearing away.
He's a fine human being, Joshua.
With a metal
You're not used to seeing civilization being in Oak Hill, West Virginia. You don't know what real culture is like. You're rooting for Team Gay. Did you see what happened to the Greek Empire? Did you study your history there? Did you see what happens with such decadence?
Gunny Sims tagged in, and there's a big kick to the arm of Jason Kincaid.
You know I'm liking this Gunny. He's come a long way since he teamed up with the Cuban Assassin.
And he nails Jason with a big clothesline right there. Hook in the leg, 1, 2. Another near fall. Jason desperately needs to make the tag to Flex.
You know, the Death Falcon and I haven't had many friends at Apex AWA, nor have we needed them. But when we've needed to, we've been able to call on the Cuban Commandos. They've been good friends to us. They've been good colleagues because they understand strength and unity.
You know, you guys would have more friends here at AWA Apex if you didn't cheat, and probably if you didn't wear that interesting hat you got on.
Are you talking? Is there something coming out of your mouth? And like I want to be friends with you.
And they just turned each other inside out right there in the middle of the ring, clotheslining each other. And we've got a race to see who can tag in their partners.
was a lucky move by Jason Kincaid.
Jason Kincaid diving and reaching for Flex. Gunny's tagged in at the same time. And there's Flex driving the fist
Closed
away.
fist.
Flex is on fire here. There's a big back elbow knocking out Gunny Sims. Cuban's up in the ropes. And there's another big back elbow. Flex is on fire. Flex pounding away on the Cuban assassin. Jason's got Gunny Sims. Cuban went for the foreign object shot, but Flex blocked it. Jason went for a pin.
There's a foreign object. There's a foreign object. That's what I'm talking about, Joshua. You talk about cheating. Look at Flex. Look at your hero. Look at your bulky boy. Look at the Mr. Schizophrenic. He is the one with the weapon. He is the one with the foreign object. Look at what he's doing, and the referee is turning the other way. That's what I'm talking about, the corruption
He's
in
hammering
Apex
away
AWA.
at the Cuban assassin in retaliation to what he did to Jason Kincaid.
Retaliation. He has to use a foreign object to even try to compete with these superior athletes. Look at the referee looking away. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity.
Let me ask you something. Who brought the foreign object in the game to begin with?
He's
that would
bleeding.
be the Cuban assassin.
He's bleeding. Look what they've done to his beautiful face. Now what do you think of Mr. Bulky Boy Flex Tully?
Yes, fans, the Cuban assassin is a bloody mess right here.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, the
Another
humanity.
near fall. There's a backslide from Jason. 1, 2. And yet again, another kick out. And there's Flex hammering away on the Cuban.
Hammering away with closed fist, foreign object. He probably even smokes cigarettes.
There's a reversal right there. They duck the clothesline and deliver with clotheslines of their own. The Cuban's been knocked out of the ring. And what's this? There's Devin Davis. He tried to hammer on Flex, but Flex drives him with the fist of his own.
It's not enough for Flex to cheat with the people in the ring. He has to cheat with people outside the ring.
Flex dives out.
That should be a disqualification.
And knocks out Devin Davis
That
and the
should be a
Cuban.
disqualification. That should be a disqualification.
We've got Jason Kincaid.
There is
right
no
there,
fairness.
Driving with the
There is no
JK-47 on
equity.
Gunny.
There
There's
is
the
no
pin.
fairness.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I cannot believe what I see. I do not
We've
believe
got
what
new
I have seen here.
champions.
What a travesty. What a travesty. I'm calling Jim Cornette. I'm calling him right now.
There it is, fans.
This needs to be taken off the books. This
Jason
needs to be
Kincaid.
taken off the books.
Flex, your new tag team champions.
I'm filing a formal protest with Kate Cook all the way to Jim Cornette.
And this arena is about to explode.
I have
Fans,
lost
we've
all
got
faith
new
in
champions.
professional wrestling.
Shut up, Professor. We've got new champions.
It's miserable enough that I have to sit here with you. Now I have to see this.
New champions, fans. Jason Kincaid and Flex triumphant over the Cuban Commandos.
Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity.
Woo! Boy, I tell you what. Man, that feels good. Whoa! Drink all you want, Kincaid. There's no legal limit in outer space, baby. We're headed back to the starship.
Hey, I don't know what in the world's going on here, but I tell you right now, we trained for weeks and weeks for you, and we trained for you to defend these tag team title belts. I tell you right now, we got off the phone with Jim Cornette, and I'm gonna tell you, we got ourselves this Tuesday a rematch for these tag team title belts. I know somehow you wishing your way in here. I don't know how you done it, but this Tuesday, you guys be ready, polish those belts, because the tag team title belts are coming back to the Cuban Commandos. Go on, let's go. We'll see you Tuesday. We'll see you Tuesday.
Have a drink, Alan.
What's up, man?